I mean, not against the wall, but how cute. Good morning. Today is a special day. It's one of my best friend Kate's birthdays, so I spent like the morning literally putting like the probably shittiest but cute birthday decorations onto this shelf. We are preparing for Kate full, and then we bought some tiramisu. So yeah, got Kate some tea. This green tea in mango and passion fruit one is so good, and Kate also loves it, so I got her a box of these. And then also got her some headphones because she needs them for work, and some happy birthday candles. And yeah, just chilling. It is a nice fresh morning. I've had like 6 days off of doing nothing, literally nothing. Like I completely muted all of my work group chats. I haven't been responding to anyone if it's work related. I do have like this thing where I've been checking my emails every night, but you know, not necessarily responding to them, but just like at least seeing what's coming my way. Because the thing is, I don't want to turn up to work after 6 days off and be totally clueless. So to avoid that, I have been checking them every day. But other than that, I have been totally work free. Annual leave in lockdown is strange, but it's also really nice just to do nothing. Yeah, so I've been reading this book that Fazala lent me. It's called Then She Was Gone. It's been really good. It's weird because as soon as I was reading it, I did get an inkling about one of the characters, and I feel like slowly it's surfacing that she is strange. I think it's really cool how gut instinct is everything. Like even like reading a book when you just feel like this character is strange, and it ends up being that character. So we'll see. Oh yeah. So I've still got a few hours, actually just 1 hour before Kate arrives. So I'm actually going to work on my next video, which is the on-call video. I rarely will do a video without planning. So when it's involving anything clinical, I feel like it should be checked as well. So I'll send out what I think I want to say, and like some of my really close friends will check it and just make sure that what they think I'm saying is accurate, so that when it does go out on a video, you know, I'm saying hopefully the right thing. Uploading anything clinical comes a lot of responsibility. Like, okay, is this answer correct? And if I say something wrong, then will someone copy what I've done or whatever and also do it wrong? So there's like that level of responsibility, which is why I like to stick to kind of mindset and day in the life and sort of just general pharmacy related videos rather than anything clinical. But I feel like with the on-call queries, they do help, and I got a lot of comments last time just to say thanks for uploading it. But right now, I need to get ready for Kate's birthday. So I received a few emails this week, but I haven't been able to reply yet. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna reply on camera now. One of the emails says, I'm an international student, I want to do pharmacy in the UK. I've chosen M-Pharm in Liverpool, John Moores. Is it a good uni, or should I consider something else? In terms of like the university, I mean, I thought that would matter a lot. I wanted to go to a good university and everything, but I think in terms of a degree where you get a license, such as this degree, which is pharmacy, Master of Pharmacy, I don't really think it matters that much where you graduate from. Other than like colleagues asking me as friends where I graduated, it's genuinely not been like important in any way whatsoever. Like no one has come up to me and said, oh, which university did you graduate from? Like no one has said that. So I don't think that you should really be that bothered as to whether it's a good uni or not. Obviously it's, you know, nice if you graduate from a good university, but in terms of pharmacy, it's not much of a priority. Regarding M-Pharm, can I be a hospital pharmacist after my degree? Yeah, so you can, which is exactly what I did. I got an M-Pharm degree and now I'm a hospital pharmacist. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, like networking.
Networking, yeah. Since somebody is better for networking.
Well, I don't know, because I've only been to 2 universities in the UK, so I can't tell you whether certain universities will be better in terms of networking. I don't know. I feel like maybe that's the case in terms of like finance or just generally work, networking. But the question that I received was obviously in terms of Liverpool John Moores, and I don't know anything about Liverpool John Moores, so I can't tell you whether it's good or not. But what I am telling you is that if it's good or bad, it doesn't matter that much necessarily. Not in terms of being a pharmacist. Perhaps if you want to get into industry, they might look at where you got your degree from at that point. But in terms of just being a pharmacist, like I don't think graduating from King's has had that much more of a benefit than someone who graduated from, I don't know, some other university. Okay, I've got another one. So this one says, I'm currently a 4th year pharmacy student and basically I did not get any hospital placements. My current offer is split GP and community, but I'm trying and dive straight into hospital pharmacy as soon as I qualify. Blah, blah, blah. Questions are, is it worth the risk to travel all over the country for a hospital placement? Or should I just stick with GP and community and then look for hospital jobs afterwards? Okay, so I would stick with the split placement that you have, because half GP, half community, that's a good placement. Like some people wanted to have a split placement and would have just gotten community or whatever. So I feel like the placement itself is good. Mine was also split, and I think you learn a lot within the 6 months of whichever place that you're in. So I would say definitely stick with the split placement and then try and get into hospital afterwards. In terms of trying to get into hospital afterwards, I feel like the easiest time is as soon as you do qualify and get your registration. So I think the hardest step is, say you've been working in community for like 10 years and then you try and get into hospital. Like that is harder, much harder than if you have a split placement like this and then get straight into hospital. So a lot of hospitals do understand that not everyone gets a pre-reg in hospital. In fact, I obviously didn't, so and I'm in hospital now. So I would say stick with the placement and then apply afterwards. The second question is, are hospital pharmacist jobs frequently available? Well, it is if you're on it. Like it all depends on your effort. So if you can constantly put in the time and constantly look for jobs, which is what I did when I wanted to get into hospital, you need to put, it is a job looking for a job, so it's going to be frequently available the more the effort that you put into it. So yeah, I feel like there's always space for people. There are always jobs. As much as everyone likes to say there are definitely jobs. And lastly, do you mind if I ask which hospital you're currently at? Yeah, I do mind actually. I can't release that information because I do talk about my hospital. I have also been warned as well that if anyone can tell where I am or which hospital I'm at, then you know I'm not allowed to film and stuff like that. So I am very protective about that. But I hope that I've answered your other questions. And one of the last questions that I got via email is, I'm a 2nd year pharmacy student, I'm nervous when it comes to calculations, and I wanted to ask, how critical is mathematics within pharmacy? Well, it's, you know, very critical, because any sort of dosage errors or calculations that you calculate wrong can actually kill someone. So I would say definitely it is critical that you are good with numbers if you want to work within hospital pharmacy, but it's more critical for the exam. The qualification exam will make you literally want to scream from however many calculations that you need to do, which you won't have to do in real life because obviously you have a calculator in real life, so it's fine. Generally, I think common sense has to come alongside mathematical knowledge. What you really need is to think to yourself, like, does this make sense? Like in terms of doses, does it make sense? Because you can add an extra 0 and that'll be 10 times the amount that someone should take. So common sense and mathematical skill is obviously very important. You really should pick out the ones that you can like constantly get wrong. So it's easy to sit and do calculations and practice them all the time. I mean, anyone can do that. For me personally, like I'd get them wrong and then I'd get the same ones wrong, and then 6 months later I'd try the same questions again and I'd still not be able to answer those questions that I got wrong. So I'd say definitely you need to spend more time and effort on working on the ones that you struggle with. Know what they are and target those. It doesn't matter, you can answer like 10 questions a day that you got correct like all the time, or you can spend that same amount of time just answering one question which you don't understand, but you'll understand by the end of that hour. So I'd say use your time wisely. Don't get obsessed with calculations, but just pick out the ones that you know you can't answer and work on those. Here she is! Oh my god! Happy birthday! Thank you. Hey! I'm such a creep. I always do that whenever I start saying hey! Happy birthday. Any messages you want to send to your future self while we wait for this elevator?
I like your house. To my future self?
Right. Because you'll have one.
Yeah.
When
not going to specify how many years, but I like your house.
Future. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, when you're abroad, like,
Oh, you guys did that.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
in my vlog. This is on camera. Oh my gosh, it's only 5:30. It literally feels like 10 o'clock at night. But still got the evening actually. And I'll see you guys in the next vlog.